Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan battle video. In this video we are going to take a look at the explosive chain battle. So this explosive chain battle is against the second form Cell. It's pretty straightforward explosive chain battle. We'll take a look at the advantageous categories, which are Mastered Evolution, Vegeta's Family and Androids. On the Super side, obviously you're going to want to favor Super Saiyan Vegetas, Super Trunkses, and units like that. There are some Android 16s and TNs, but we're not going to favor them because, well, they're not going to get us great links or really do that much work. And then on the extreme side, it's more Androids focused, although you can go with the Vegeta team. I'll show you the two and we'll take a look at them, but it's not really that much a difference, at least for me. I don't think it'll make that much of a difference in the long run. The missions are the same as always, with the main goal being to strive and hit over 100 million in a single attempt of chain battle. If we take a look at the Super side, as mentioned before, we're going to want to focus on units like Super Trunks, on Super Saiyan 2 Vegetas, on Super Vegetas, and there's a fair number of options to choose from, at least for someone like me who has quite an expansive box. It can be a little bit restricting, especially for newer players, but just try and do your best. You do want to highlight units that have the red glow around them, because those are going to be units that obviously have the highest advantageous bonus, but you can pick blue units if you obviously run out of red units, because the more units you have that link well is going to help your friends as well. Remember, setting supporters is only for your friends, it's not a for you thing. But if you want to help them out, you also want to focus on having units with high hidden potential systems and units that have their SA attacks max, because all of that is really going to help you out quite a bit. So you can definitely focus in on those, and that'll help you out overall, or at least help your friends out, I should say. So that's what you should be setting your supporters to. On the extreme side, things are a little bit different, and we'll talk about it when we get there. There are kind of two ways to build around it on the extreme side. So on the extreme side, you can kind of go for the androids level of build. So you can focus in on androids, or you can focus in on Vegeta units. You can see the Vegeta unit list is quite small. It's going to depend entirely on your box. Some people may be able to fill out the Vegeta category. There are quite a few extreme Super Saiyan 2 and Super Vegetas. But for me, I find it a lot easier to fill out the category with a bunch of good with a bunch of good Android 17 and Android 18 units. I think they are a lot easier to have, at least for me. And you can probably achieve a pretty good score with both. I don't think there'll be that much of a difference considering the majority of red units. Remember also that it's not important how your extreme units or your super units link with your main attacker. Your attacker is separate to the linkage between them, but it's whether you have good linking partners for the supporting group you take. So now we've set our supporters, we'll proceed on to selecting our team for our run. So here we're going to run with, well, the unit I believe everyone can choose pretty much with ease is going to be the LR Prime Battle Vegeta. Seen a lot of people manage to break 100 million with him, so I think he's definitely viable for everyone. I don't think there's any restrictions. Your next aim is going to be to choose a unit category or a selection of the best Vegeta's family units you can. Remember, you can use the scoring system as a guideline to assess how well you're doing, but it's not going to be the only indicator. Rainbow units for your friends' teams are also going to count, as well as the linking power of the unit you select is also going to matter quite a lot. Then if we look at the extreme options, there's quite a few different options here. A lot of people are running Vegeta-centric teams. You can also obviously run the Android side. I find the Android side to be a bit better for me, but I see a lot of people are using the Vegeta side. So we are going to take a look at both and see how they go, but for the most part I think you can go with either side. I think either side is fine. Just make sure that you obviously focus in on having as many red units and follow the same principles of having as many rainbow units as possible. Once you've managed to do that, it's just going to be entirely dependent on your linking partners. Again, you don't need to be too concerned with anything but your attacker and your 2 linking partners. Those are going to be the #1 units that you need to determine how high your score is going to be. And then finally, obviously you can use the scoring system. Remember to check how well you're doing, but just remember that the game does take into account things like rainbow units, super attack levels, etc. So there is an underlying system beyond the linking scoring system. So we'll do our first attempt with the androids, and then we'll do our second attempt with Vegeta, and then we'll also take a look at what some of the higher score people are taking a look at, or some of the highest scoring people are taking a look at, I should say. So yeah, as you can see here, generally, remember I always say to slow things down here. Just select to slow everything down, and then that will bring out a little bit more time to make your decision. You're going to want to try and pick up as many good units as you can. These super trunkses, maybe get 3 super trunkses or 3 super Vegetas or 3 android 18s, but whatever you can, you're going to want them to have matching link sets. That's going to be the most important part, and then you'll see how your unit does. Now obviously everything goes okay here, but we don't necessarily reach the best score. 65 million is an okay start, but there's definitely a lot of room to improve. I definitely think we lost out by choosing that Super Vegeta unit. I definitely also think we didn't really have a lot of rainbow or high stat units in the teams, and I think maybe our extreme side wasn't linking as well as we would like. So I think that is definitely where we can improve overall. You can see here, if we take a look at the people choosing the highest scores or achieving the highest scores, they generally have pretty solid teams here. A lot of them are going the extreme Vegeta route, or the extreme side for the Vegeta's family. It's also a completely viable option. It's just going to depend what you find from your set of friends. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So we're going to reattempt this, try and choose a Vegeta's family and see what the difference is. Again, remember, there's a lot of factors that go into this, so it's not something as simple as just re-choosing a team or doing something like that. Here we've chosen this team. It scores somewhat okay, but it does have the blue advantageous Psi Physical Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, the Angel version. So we don't have a full red team, so I'm not expecting us to exceed the previous score. And then here, similarly on the Vegeta's family side, there's quite a few blue linking units, so you're just going to have to try and find. It may take you a day or two to find your best linking setup, but try and remember the names of those people. They do frequently pop up into the list. If they're a friend of yours, they'll be refreshed every single day upon reset. So just try and remember the names of the teams that gave you the best linking, maybe you had the most rainbow units, and slowly progress through your options until you find the absolute best combination that enables you to score really, really high. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Here I think we also chose the Angel Vegeta, which did reduce our score quite a bit. He doesn't necessarily link up that well with Super Vegetas, barring, you know, some of his links. So it is definitely something we could have worked on, and you'll see we get a slightly lower score than our first attempt, which isn't that bad considering the amount of limitations we had. You know, lots more blue characters than the previous run, and I don't think our trio that we selected were as good. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one, and good luck on your chain battle. Until then, take care, stay safe, and bye.